A man is viewed at the start of the film. He enters a room of a child who is sleeping, and this man is going to finish him. Before he fires his gun on that child, the door of that room is automatically unlocked. That man fires his gun in that direction fearfully. That child wakes up, hearing the gunshot sound, and that man starts crying, seeing it. Consequently, he is unable to kill the child. Then an orphanage is shown where a couple has arrived. The name of wife is Jessie while husband is Mark. They had visited the orphanage to adopt a child. Because their own child had been dead by drowning in the bathtub, they were grieved at the loss of their son. So they planned that they will adopt a kid. They are told about 8-year-old kid named Cody by the orphanage management. And Cody lost his mother at the age of 3 years. And Cody was adopted later by another 2 families. The members of one family were not gentle, while other family left the house, leaving Cody alone. Knowing about his story, they decide to adopt Cody. Here it is revealed that Cody is the same child shown at the start of the movie, that child who was being shot by that man. Then husband and wife bring Cody to their house after adopting him. Cody was a well-behaved child. Cody likes butterflies. Jessie and Mark also take Cody as a good child. Afterward, it is observed at the same night, Cody takes such drink, which makes him awaken. On the following day, they enroll Cody in a standardized school, where Cody is befriended with a little girl there. It is noticed that Jessie and Mark were excited enough after getting Cody, and they were treating him like their own blood. They were also getting rid from the stress of the loss of their child. One night, Cody falls asleep because of not taking that drink. Then the multicolored butterflies appear in the house. Jessie and Mark find it mysterious. Mark catches a blue butterfly among them, so he may gift it to Cody. Because Cody was highly interested in the butterflies. As Cody wakes up in his room, all butterflies themselves are disappeared from there, and the butterfly is also disappeared, which is caught by Mark for Cody. When Cody returns to his house in the coming day, then he casts a glance at the photo of their son with the couple in the house. He was that son of Jessie and Mark who was dead. Cody asks about that child from them, then Mark tells him, "He is my late son." At that night, Cody again falls asleep. Now they also encounter their dead child along with the butterflies. Both husband and wife are left shocked, seeing their son. Jessie embraces her child. Contrarily, Cody is awakened. As a result, their child and butterflies are vanished. After this, Cody apologizes both husband and wife and says, "I had dreamt last night which I had to avoid." Hearing Cody's fact, both husband and wife understand instantly. Cody's dreams are turned into the reality when he sleeps. Cody had seen the butterflies and their dead son before sleeping, so he dreams of them and everything turned into the reality. When Jessie feels it, then she uses Cody in order to glimpse her son. She begins to tell Cody about her son, and she shows his videos and photos. Consequently, Cody dreams of their dead child as he falls asleep. It is obvious now, if Cody dreams of that child, then he will appear before his parents in reality. In this way, Jessie and Mark were able to meet their son. It is observed that a mysterious thing was advancing towards Cody. As a result, Cody wakes up, and their kid and that mysterious thing are also disappeared. Actually, that horrific thing was the nightmare of Cody. It is witnessed that Mark had understood the intentions of Jessie, that she is using Cody to have a look of her dead son. Mark feels uncomfortable on this, so he takes out his dead son photos from everywhere. In this way, Jessie will not be able to use Cody. Next day, Cody goes to the school. A bully student teases Cody too much at school. It is observed that Cody has slept there after the class. Then that horrific thing is again witnessed there, and that mysterious thing had been given a name, the Canker Man, by Cody. It is seen that the Canker Man had attacked that child who was teasing Cody. That child is disappeared in the air because of the Canker Man's attack. Cody's friend also witnesses every occurred happening there. Here it is comprehended. What is the Canker Man actually? The Canker Man is the nightmare of Cody. It means that Cody had surely thought about it, and Cody used to take that drink in order to avoid this nightmare. Neither he will sleep nor view the dream of that Canker Man. Afterwards, Cody moves to his house. Now Cody is frightened because of that nightmare, so he decides to not fall asleep. But Jessie sees that Cody is not sleeping, so she mixes the sleep medication in the milk. Taking it, Cody falls asleep reluctantly, being affected by medication. In this way, Jessie and Mark's son comes to their house again. At first sight, their son is transformed into the canker man. Jessie and Mark both are scared, seeing it. Going to Cody's room, Mark tries to awake him. Jessie had given the sleep medication to Cody, so he does not wake up. The canker man disappears Mark while attacking him. Before the canker man may vanish Jessie while attacking her, Cody wakes up. Consequently, the canker man suddenly disappears. Cody observes after waking up, Jessie got unconscious there but Mark has gone out of sight. Being in fear, Cody calls police. Witnessing all proves their police officer was suspecting Jessie. As the condition of the house, the proof of the sleeping medication in Cody's drink, now police suspected Jessie completely. So Cody is sent back to that orphanage by the police. Doing so, Jessie was repenting on her guilt, so she decides to bring her husband back. So she moves to that orphanage with this intention, and she steals Cody's social worker's file, and that document had the information of his previous foster parents. So Jessie goes to meet those families, and he was the same person who had attempted to kill Cody at the start of the movie. That man tells Jessie that, "My wife has also been disappeared because of Cody's nightmares. I tried my best to search for my wife, but she did not return." He tells that I had tried to put Cody into death, but Cody who is an innocent and guiltless child, so I did not end him. Jessie goes to the hospital later, where Cody's mother had been died. The purpose behind his visit was to collect more details about Cody. Then it is seen that Cody is much frightened, and he was not sleeping at all. So Cody is left to sleep by injecting him sleeping medication. Jessie comes to that orphanage in order to meet Cody at that night. Jessie observes while going there that there is prevailed darkness in the orphanage, and all workers of that place were imprisoned in a butterfly cocoon. There Jessie is also able to view many nightmares of Cody. Those nightmares included Jessie's husband and her son. Now they were transformed into demons. Jessie also encounters the canker man there. But Jessie is not afraid from the canker man. Going to that canker man, she shows it a pillow, shaped like blue butterfly. As a result, the canker man is calmed down, and it begins to look at that pillow shape carefully. Then Jessie embraces that canker man, and that canker man starts to turn into the appearance of Cody. At first sight, it also disappears. Then Jessie begins to take Cody along with her during his sleep. Now Cody's nightmares are turned into the pleasant dreams. Next day, Jessie hands over Cody his mother's diary. Cody's mother had written many details about Cody in that diary. Cody's mother used to love him at the core of her heart, and Cody's mother knew about Cody's power before his birth, that Cody's pleasant dream or nightmare are turned into the reality. Cody's mother used to like this. Being the patient of cancer, Cody's mother had died. At that time, Cody was a young child of 3 years old, where he mistakenly read the word cancer as canker in his mother's file. Cody's mother's condition had gone worse due to this disease. Cody used to think about his mother's condition and canker, that my mother had been taken away by the canker. Now Cody used to think a lot about canker. Consequently, he began to view the nightmares. That canker was not anyone else but the mother of Cody. Cody's mother made Cody sleep on the butterfly-shaped pillow, so she had calmed down, seeing that pillow. This was the cause that Cody was much interested in the butterflies. Then Jessie tells an excellent story to Cody at night, in which she tells about all the disappeared popals. Then it is observed that Cody was getting courage to control his powers. Now he will bring back all the disappeared peoples. Here the movie ends. I hope that you liked the video. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.